What up, YouTube? Sleep on Team Pro Panda. Here we have Edmund. What a pretty looking man. Look at the hair. It's like Jaden hair. Turn your head real quick. Turn your head. Look, it's Jaden hair right there. Okay, anyways, he is one of the most innovative deck builders I've ever seen here in San Francisco State. And he brought a very original deck to regionals recently. He actually did pretty good. It's very innovative and it's his personal take. What's the deck called again? What? Destiny Gardner. And basically, from the way I look at it, it's like a much more controlled version of Chaos Plants and whatnot. So if you like that deck, you know, definitely check this one out. I know it's a little loud in here because we are downstairs in arcade, so I hope you guys hear me. So let's go right into it. Let's go, man.
So for monsters, you gotta have the Level Eater.
Just talk louder, yeah?
For monsters, you gotta have the Level Eater. Level Eater is like the best monster in the game for making Trishulas and whatnot. Because
Shish spam.
Level Eater will manipulate your level so that it gives you that third one in case you need to. Okay, so for example, you have a.
Just show them the deck first. So one Level Eater.
So Level Eater, one Level Eater, one Plague Spreader.
Upside down. One Plague Spreader.
One Sangan. One Debris Dragon. One Dark Arm. One Jump Synchron.
One Jump Synchron.
One Jump Synchron. I'll later tell you guys why.
Okay. So we'll take this one out. So
one Quick Draw.
One Quick Draw.
One Diamond Dude.
Diamond Dude.
And I'll keep Diamond Dude out too because he actually helps a lot in a lot of my.
So I'm putting these down here because you want to talk more about these specific cards later.
So I was inspired by Teledat. That's why I have my Malicious right here.
Malicious.
And of course, when you play those, you gotta have your Stratos. To help with the milling of all my monsters to graveyard, you gotta have Armageddon Knight.
So one Armageddon Knight.
It's like Infinities. You run one Armageddon Knight, and of course you run the one Prefer. And then, not to improve on consistency, but to improve on overall protections in case I actually get those randomly dead hands, I always have my Reaper. Reaper also helps with Dark Arm and some other stuff. And of course...
Good against Samurais too, the Reaper. Good against Samurais.
Well, Reaper, this format is actually really good. You know, on its own.
In general.
You can just block an attack, and if I'm playing Chaos Plans, you know, the most you can do is just remove it after you attack.
Yeah.
Which you can't even do if you attack with Chaos Sorcerer.
I know.
So he sets up for another like real player or whatever. Dandelion is a must-have for any plant deck. You know, these are your average plants. And then I run Doppel Warriors because I Level Eater, Spore, and Pearl Buff so much.
Yeah, and you can bring it back with so much stuff too.
And it combos the Jump Synchron on its own.
Okay.
So on its own, it's already a combo. And when you synchro with it, that's another combo.
So here's that, and just the plants. Show them the plants.
So just the plants. This is your average plants. Your two lone fires, your Pearl Buff, your Spore, and your Dandelion.
Heck,
the reason why I did not include Titanium is I took Titanium out actually because it did not help me at all, but rather it's hindered me.
Yeah.
I kept getting it as a dead draw. Alright, so
now for the spell. So again, I took these cards out and set them aside so he will talk more about these specific ones.
So for spells, Foolish Burial, that's
Foolish, Fully Cooley,
Dark Arm Engine,
of course.
And then I run 3 1-stars.
So 1 for 1.
But then because of the monsters in my hand, I usually like to send them off to the graveyard. Because it sets up for my other plays. For example, if I have a Malicious, Dandelion, Doppel Warrior, Level Eater, Plague Spreader, I can send any of those things to the graveyard and they'll be live. This is a great card. I don't know why more people is not running this, but Typhoon must have. I run
just one Typhoon?
No, 2.
2 Typhoons.
There's 2 Typhoons. I run 2 Typhoons.
2 Typhoons.
These are like mandatory in this format almost.
Double Typhoon.
I run Mind Control. Mind Control is because I run 5 tuners. No, I run more than 5 tuners, I think. I run 6 tuners right now.
6 tuners?
Yeah. I run a Plague Spreader.
1, 2.
Yeah, I run 5 or 6.
3.
6.
4.
What's my knowledge of 6? 4?
5, 6.
Yeah. So I run 6.
Man knows his deck.
Plus there's Quick Draws. Plus there's Formula Synchrons. So that's added up to about 8 total.
It's always live. It's never not live.
Invading, Scrap Dragon, Pop It.
Of course.
Monster Reborn. Must have for this deck. OTK.
OTK.
OTK. Dark
It's a staple, man. It's a staple.
Tuning. This is the reason why
One tuning?
One tuning.
One tuning.
Because this whole deck is based off of ones. You only run a single copy of almost everything, except for mandatory cards where you require more than one to activate. The only reason why I run 2 Doppel Warriors is because it improves consistency into drawing into them for Grapher combo.
Yeah.
And Chun Synchron combo.
Sure.
D-Draw? People tell me no, but apparently D-Draw usually never comes dead, and if they do, I bluff like a mofo.
He does. He bluffs like a mofo.
I bluff like... This is the best bluff card, because if it comes up dead, you bluff it, and it works. Dark
And you have what, 4, 5 D-Draw targets and a Rhoda? 3 D-Draw targets and a Rhoda?
D-Draw targets, huh?
3 D-Draw targets and a Rhoda, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a way to get to that the malicious or the diamond dude pretty
It's your
easily.
basic tell that setup.
Yeah.
And then True Name.
So staples?
For any OTK deck or any deck where you do big pushes, it's a staple.
Staples.
So True Name, it has to be in the deck. And of course the roll that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Search out for almost everything they need.
And then the Book of Moon, because it just helps.
Book of the Moon.
It helps the defense.
Hollow.
And then of course we have our Dimension Prison.
1D prison?
2.
2D prison.
We have 2D prisons. So the D prisons acts like Reapers. If I have a set monster that I know that they cannot defend for themselves, because all the monsters are low defense,
Yeah.
the D prison kicks in. And it helps defend my monster, so I can set up next turn for my synchroing. And
So
my
it's like a setup card more or less.
And then you have your basic Solemn.
Your Solemn Brigade.
Exactly. Gotta have that. And then this is just your basic mandatory in case of effects.
This is your big card, your big beasters.
Exactly.
Alright, so we promised to talk about these 3 specific cards and some combos earlier. So what can you do with this deck? So again, before he goes more further, I will ask him some very specific questions that I know is gonna come up. It's gonna come up 1,000,001 times, and that is this. Why do you not run Raikou, and why do you not run Card Trooper?
Okay, so the problem with Raikou and Card Trooper is that it mills 3 cards from the top of your deck, and those 3 cards are random. It could be your magic, it could be your spells, and it could be your monsters. Of course you like to hit your monsters, but unless you're running 20 plus monsters, the consistency for hitting all your monsters is not high. And the consistency for hitting the right monster is also not high, if you think about it. That is why I do not run 3.
So
that's why I don't run any cards that mills more than 1.
So the reason why, like you said, the reason why he runs no Raikou, no Card Trooper, and rather than just relying on Card Trooper and Raikou to dump his monster, he'd rather just use a more controlled dump, aka Foolish Burial, Grepher, what is it?
Quick draw.
Armageddonite. I want the quick draw. Stuff like that. Yeah. The reason why he uses much control dump is so that he can run a higher spell count and a higher trap count. So he has a very high spell count, very high trap count, and they're all live because his milling is all control based. It's not up to luck. So that is the reason why she chose specifically not to run mill cards. So I know if I post this video and if I did not say that, there's gonna be like 1,001 people going, "Oh, run Raikou, run Raikou." It's not good in this deck. This deck runs amazing as is. But back to Edmund. Go ahead. Okay. So combos.
So the first combo I like to talk about is Diamond Dude.
Yeah.
Diamond Dude, this format is not so great. He's only 1400 attack. But I'm not using him for an attacker. I'm using him because I can Rhoda.
Just throw all your,
I can Rhoda for Stratos. And then if I already have a Malicious in my hand and I have a D-Draw, But then I also have a Greffer. Of course, I want to set up for a Greffer play, so I'll save the Malicious or Greffer to special summon.
And how many normal trap cards do you have in your deck?
Normal traps?
No, so normal spell cards.
Normal spell cards. Actually, my whole deck is normal spell cards.
Except this one?
Except for the 2 Typhoons and the Book of Moon. So I increased my chances of hitting a
Look at that.
normal
like
spell.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So almost 10. So 1/4 of the deck is live for
25% chance of hitting a live card.
yeah, so plusing 1. So hecka good. Hecka good.
And then of course when I have those allures and I have no other dark that I want to remove from my hand, he's an allure fodder. And then of course he's my D-draw fodder because I've won because I top decked the Diamond Dude. And I had a D-draw face down set. My opponent did not actually get baited into the D-draw. So I flipped it, D-draw, drew into Monster Reborn and Mind Control for game.
Hecka good.
So its top deck's amazing with this deck. You have no idea. You have to play it to believe it.
So definitely. What else?
Okay. That's what Diamond Dude, okay, so for example, if Diamond Dude actually survives the turn, I can just simply go so basically,
Synchro?
he survives the turn. No, it's Greffer. I can special summon Greffer.
Yeah?
I can either special summon Greffer
By pitching Malicious?
by pushing Malicious or Dark Arm,
Yeah.
and then I can normal summon either a Spore or a Whirlpool, and that's a Trishula. That's either a Trishula, or you can make a 5, and make a 6. You know, whatever you want.
It's really flexible. Now talk about these cards right here.
No, the other thing is, you can Junk Synchron and Level Eater. And then that syncs for a 8. But then let's say you don't have a Level Eater, you Junk Synchron for a Global,
Yeah.
you sync for a 8. Because you sync for 5 first. No. Yeah, you sync for 5 first, then you can sync for another 8. And then there's other combos that it's just too much to explain.
So definitely make this deck, try it out, tell me what you think. And thanks, Edmund.
No problem.